Trade deadline, a little bit over a month. February 10th is the trade deadline. Do you expect the Cavs to be active? I mean, when you say 6th seed, 5.5 out, I would think a team that hasn't been to the playoffs in a few years, I would think they're going to, okay, what can we add? How can we make these guys even a little bit better?
Yeah, without question. Even I know that even though they have Rondo, they got Rondo, they're still looking for some more playmaking. I wrote a column on this earlier today. They're not going to. I'd be shocked if they made a big splashy move. I don't think that's the direction they're going. They obviously want to keep this young core of Allen and Garland and Okoro and obviously Evan Mobley. You want to keep those guys together and Markkanen. I don't foresee any of those guys getting moved. I don't foresee the Cavs making a big deal. I know that they've talked to the Pacers about Karis LeVert. We've been over that already. He's somebody that they would still have an interest in, depending on what Indiana's looking back. You're not going to mortgage the farm for Karis LeVert. You're not going to break up your core for Karis LeVert. Is Colin Sexton a movable piece? Maybe. I don't know that for sure. I don't know that the Cavs are bringing him up in trade talks. But you factor in the fact that he's going to be out for the year. He's got a knee injury. He's entering restricted free agency at the end of the season. Maybe that's a piece that you send to a team that's on the lookout for young talent. If you want to make that playoff push and get the scoring that a LeVert can offer you right away. So there's a name that we've heard. Terrence Ross, an older veteran from the Magic, a guy who's just a pro's pro, comes off the bench, gets you 15 a game, doesn't disrupt anything. He's not demanding the ball. He gets his points in the course of a game or the course of play. So a guy that could probably be had for kind of cheap. Those are the kind of guys that the Cavs are looking at. We've heard Buddy Hield. We've heard from the Kings. We've heard Eric Gordon from the Rockets. These are veteran guys who can either score or help in the playmaking department, or do both. And those are the type of players, that the Cavs will probably look to explore and make some calls on to see what they can get. They're not feeling desperate for a move, but they would like to add another piece for sure, preferably in reserve. If you can go out and get a starting caliber type of guard to play alongside Garland, you're going to do that. But again, they're not going to shake up and, nobody's going to say, I can't believe the Cavs made that move. They're just not in that stage where they're looking to shake it up so they can win a title or shake it up so that they can get more youth and develop more players, because they have plenty of all of that already.
Yeah, and you know what? The core seems to have some chemistry, and those are things, young chemistry tends to build on each other, and I think I think you made a really valid comparison to the Atlanta Hawks a season ago. If the Cavs are this year's Atlanta Hawks, I think Cavs fans will sign up for that and enjoy the ride.
Yeah, I would think so, because nobody expected the Atlanta Hawks to do what they did last season. And nobody's expecting the Cavaliers to do what they've done so far. And, to me, the next best thing, and I think to most fans, the next best thing to winning a championship is a regular season full of fun, because that's the longest part of the year. And if you can enjoy that part of the season and see lots of signs of hopes for the future, then that's a great season. And I think that's where the Cavs are today. And they don't want to mess it up too much by making a big trade or any of that. They want to just add somebody who can complement what is already a pretty good thing they got going.